This is my Me Plan Part 2, titled Learning to Choose Just One Thing. All throughout high school, I found myself very interested in a variety of subjects, especially English, science, and history. When I was accepted to Northeastern, I had no clue which of these subjects I valued the most, and I began to fear that I would make the wrong choice by just settling on one thing. Because of this, I chose to go in undeclared and enter the Explore program, where I hoped to narrow down my interests so that I could figure out my major. When I wrote my Me Plan Part 1, I was still considering a broad range of subjects. I knew that I had an interest in going to law school in the future, but there is no prescribed major or courses that you are required to take during undergrad. This left the choice up to me. I considered the possibility of an English major or a psych major and determined that I couldn't see myself spending the next 4 years of college only reading literature or psychological statistics and case studies. This helped me finally narrow down my previous interests, combined with my new interest in law, to decide on a criminal justice major with a psychology minor. Honestly, my interest in law began when my mom told me that I was good at arguing. As simple as it sounds, this encouraged me to do my own personal exploration of the field to see if it was something I could commit myself to, and it seemed very interesting. That, combined with my passions for reading, writing, and public speaking, pushed me to decide that if I worked hard enough, law was something I could enjoy and be good at. Many of my spring classes were heavily focused on reading and writing, and when all of your classes have a hand in the same general field of study, there was a lot of overlap between them, which made it kind of monotonous at times. However, I know that this is what I am most interested in, and eventually the ability to go on co-op will offer me a different, more hands-on approach. One of my main challenges this semester was time management, mostly because my classes were so heavily reading and writing based. I found it hard to motivate myself to do endless chapter readings and have the same format of assignments week in and week out. But eventually, I found a groove and a work schedule that was efficient for me. After working with Ms. Medeiros on my possible path to degree worksheet, I was excited to discover that I would still be able to graduate in 4 years with my major and minor, while still having a handful of extra electives that I could use on whatever I wanted. This meant that I could focus on my degree while also learning other important skills from business classes, economics, or arts. Not only would these open electives allow me to explore other fields of study, but they would also allow me to break up the monotony of my schedule. Since the beginning of my college career, my mindset has changed dramatically. I am no longer afraid that I made the wrong choice because of how much time and thought was given in this class to finding your individual path. My confidence in my major made selecting my summer and fall classes much easier, and I found myself getting excited to delve deeper into a specific field. I learned that college is all about balance, and although work can be overwhelming, it's important to hold on to the things you enjoy so that you can use them to de-stress when needed. I hope that as I continue at Northeastern, I will be able to involve myself in other co-curricular activities, such as clubs, so that I can maintain my other interests in the other subjects I love. I also hope that my psychology minor will allow me to learn about things that aren't immediately connected to my major. Deciding on one thing was hard for me, but I now know that just because I picked a major doesn't mean I can't still explore my other interests.